First, let's talk about Germany, because the German politicians, every now and then, they keep sending them out. Merkel keeps saying that, oh, well, it's not me, it's my politicians, my colleagues who come out to say these things. But clearly, she doesn't really condemn what they say. Now, Germany are saying that the veto of individual EU member states must go. Now, this is not the first time we've heard this, and this is already included in the plan that von der Leyen has for the Commission and the European Council. Now, the new team in Brussels have already gone with what Guy Verhofstadt has been saying for the past 10 years, to get rid of the vetoes, to ensure that whether it's the European Parliament, whether it's the European Council, to just go with what the bosses tell you to. And of course, when the UK was still a member of the European Union, at times we were able to veto some of the idiotic decisions. Even David Cameron managed to give us a couple of good vetoes, but of course things are about to change. And the reason that Germany, for example, come out to say things like this, and France as well, is because they know that they have to stop the rebellious countries like Poland, like Hungary, and at times Greece and others. So this is not really to stop the Netherlands and the other countries. Of course, there are financial debates and difficulties between the Scandinavian countries, the Dutch, and of course Germany. But this is not really about that. This is about controlling the whole of the establishment from Berlin, and this has always been the dream of the federalists in Germany. Now, this is coming from the German foreign minister, not some random backbench politician in Germany. Maas itself has actually said that, this is back in yesterday, that individual EU member states that have the veto option, we should just scrap it because we don't really need it. We have to make sure we harmonize and centralize all decisions, because that's the best way to run this continent of Europe, despite the fact that within this big community, you have different cultures, you have different languages, different requirements, different political systems, different financial systems. And they think that what they've been doing since 1990, and actually before that too, trying to impose these random centralized regulations and directives, thinking that's the best way to run Europe. Now, this is going to, of course, if eventually they do this, and as I said, Ursula von der Leyen and her team want this for the Council and the Parliament and also the Commission. Well, the Commission itself is easy to do. They already have this centralized power. Then, of course, your rebellious countries like Hungary or Greece, even Portugal, won't be able to debate in those chambers. Now, one main issue is that this guy has come out to say that we can no longer be held hostage by those who paralyze European foreign policy through their vetoes. Really? Paralyze European foreign policy? Firstly, using the words being held hostage, slightly radical, considering you guys claim to be some sort of European family. Everyone, so we're all neighbors, we're all best friends. Look at us hugging each other. Well, 2 meters apart these days. But he's now coming to say that I therefore say quite openly, the veto must go, even if it means that we too can be out-vetoed. Now, this is completely against, as I said, countries like Hungary, who have recently blocked EU foreign policy statement. So everything goes back to the international decisions, not necessarily the size or shape of a banana. This is primarily about how they are going to be seen on the international stage, considering with the rise of China and the US trying to be US again in that sense, because they want to be interventionists, because Joe Biden and the Democrats are in charge. They want to run the world again. So the European Union think that they have to also police the world. Now, if you want to hear more about Germany's plan around the European Union and the C word, which we can't talk about on YouTube, so you have to watch the uncensored version of this on mytousi.co.uk, but we have the freedom to talk about the things that we can't talk about on this platform.